Well, hello everyone of A Purple Persuasion. Here we are again with Paul McNally's reprise show on a Friday evening. I'm here sitting in the car park. I've changed places now. I'm in the car waiting on the wife, and Paul's sitting at home nice and comfortable. So welcome, Paul.
Welcome, Paul, as well.
Welcome. We'll start off, if you don't mind, with the big news today that we've actually transferred Nathan Burke, our captain, out to Ballatown of the Welsh Premier League. Nathan's becomes the first player that we've ever sold, which is great. He's a great lad and all the rest of it. And you've announced that you've made Pete Wiley the captain moving forward, Paul. So what are your thoughts on Berkey moving?
Look, I wish him well. Since I've been in the club, he's been fantastic on and off the pitch. It'd be a big loss to the club, do you know what I mean? But the saving grace is we've got some kind of money for him, haven't we? Or we've got a fee for him. So that's the positives from it. First player to be transferred to City Liverpool, so we can be proud of that. But I think the club can be proud that we've actually sold a player on, do you know what I mean? We're not a selling club, we don't want to do that, but the time's right, the fitting was right. He's moved to Bala. He's played there before, do you know what I mean? And the timing was perfect, to be fair. They're going for Europe, aren't they? Preferably, I would have liked to have kept him in my squad, but look, longer term, it benefits the club, doesn't it? So,
yeah. The thing with Nathan is that he's now, if the international clearance goes through tonight, he's playing in a cup final tomorrow, and he's going for Europe. He'll be in the Europa League next year. So part of the deal is me and Fermo have got 2 tickets to Spartak Vladikavkaz away if they qualify and all that. So, but what a great lad! And even though we knew of the interest of Bala to go back there, never affected his training, wasn't going around gobbing off, didn't down tools, nothing. Carried on, totally professional, kept himself as the captain of the club. Great, was great for us, and we wish him all the very best, as I'm sure everyone will.
Touching on the professionalism, that's spot on. Look, the move was in place near enough last week, wasn't it? Towards the back end of last week, and he was still going to play Saturday, and he was yet to agree terms. And then obviously Tuesday night he's trained with us, so you can't fault that professionalism, and he trained as hard as anyone in that gym on Tuesday night and anyone of the lads. So look, we wish him well. It's with a heavy heart. Obviously he's gone, but we wish him well, and we hope to be watching him drive his team onto the Europa League, and we'll support him.
Totally, yeah. And it's one of the things, just to sort of explain for supporters, the balance that the likes of myself as the chairman, Peter as the finance director, you as the manager, you have to find this balance. We've had people on contracts throughout this season, and that's done to try and push the club forward. So you're not easy pickings. If you do well, you're sort of protected, and it gets hard. And it was hard with Nathan last year. Nathan got a serious back injury. We didn't see him for virtually 3/4 of the season. We'd done our bit. We looked after him. And now it's sort of our turn in a nice way. You get the benefit of a contract now, and someone wants to buy him, and they're paying for him. So that's the balance. You've got to balance that off against the squad as well. But we're sort of covered in that central midfield area, aren't we?
We had a few options in midfield. Don't get me wrong, Berkey was pivotal. He was the skipper of the club. He was the heartbeat, wasn't he? One of the main men in the dressing room. But we've also got Kenny Strickland, we've got Max Allen, we've got Carl Clear, we've got Chairmao that can play there. So we're quite covered. Jack Hazelhurst can even drop in there, can't he? So we've got 4 or 5. Michael Grogan at a push can even step into centre mid as a defensive midfielder.
Who's a goal scorer? You never mentioned that.
that was his Telford days. But no, look, it's always good to have them options, do you know what I mean, of players being able to move into them areas. But we do like established centre midfielders, players who are out and out centre midfielders, and we've still got that at the club. Like I say, it's just from a personal point of view, he was a great lad, and we miss him, and we will miss him. But on the pitch, we'll just get by. We've got players that are capable of stepping up to the mark, as at any club.
Yeah. So all the best, Berkey. Exciting times for him, and there we go. We move on to normally we move on to the review of the last game, which unfortunately, as everyone knows, got called off there at Widnes on last Saturday. I was steaming back from London to try and be at the game. The game was off. Bit of a silly situation that they'd pronounced it on for everyone, and lots of our supporters or they'd travel to the pubs in Widnes to watch the Liverpool game before going to the game. That's another story. The game was off, so I mean, we were primed and ready for that, Paul, weren't we?
Yeah, we was. We had a full squad. Sorry, we had one injury, which is be tomorrow as well, Liam Hollett. Adam Hughes was doubtful, but we were primed, we were ready. I only found out as late as 12 o'clock, to be fair. I was at my son's game. My son was playing at Lower Brett for their under-18s, and I received a phone call while I was standing on the sidelines off the referee saying, we need to get in touch with the secretary, the game's off. I thought it was a prank. I thought it was someone just having a laugh. Honestly, I thought it was a prank. I was like, are you messing? It was a wall. He says, all right, it's Joe here. And I was like, this is a joke. And he was like, no, seriously. He said, can you get in touch? And I went, Widnes don't call the games off. It doesn't get called off. Do you know what I mean? It's a professional ground, isn't it? But then I've seen the video and there was ice all over the pitch.
It was really thick ice as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Look, I'm not who we to argue. Do you know what I mean? They called it off. And it's just timing, isn't it? Was it good timing for them or was it bad timing for them or good time for us, bad time for us? I don't know.
Only time will tell on that, won't it?
The time will be right. But that's what I'm saying. It's you never know, do you? There might be a reason why it was off. I don't know. I wouldn't like to question their integrity and their models. But
no, I mean, I think as far as the calling off goes, the referee's on the pitch doing a pitch inspection. So there's absolutely no integrity questions. The question is really the stupidity of the tweet the night before, telling everyone it's on and having our supporters travel. It was only Widnes. Luckily, it wasn't somewhere further afield. And in that context, going to Widnes, say on a Tuesday night or whatever it is, they rearrange night, it's not so bad. It's
not so bad. It's just probably, 41 days, 42 days after the original fixture, something like that. So we'll probably be playing them in March or something, possibly.
February, March.
Yeah. Do they get stronger by then? Who knows? Do you know what I mean? That's what sometimes people don't see in football, that maybe they weren't as strong at that time and then they live to play us another day and they might be a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. We just go with the cards we're dealt with.
Absolutely, yeah.
We've still got 14 games left to play.
Have we at all? Played now?
14 games. Don't worry, I've looked at them. I've looked at every permutation, don't you worry. I thought you must have.
Well, I have, to be honest. So, in terms of home form, we're 14th. We're 13th in the actual league table. We're 14th for home form. Ramsbottom are 19th for away form, or 18th. Sorry, might be wrong there.
They've been to our ground and beat Bootle earlier on the season. People have got to remember that. So they won 2-1, I believe, at Bootle early in McNulty's reign.
Right.
So they have got a performance in them away from home.
And he went away and got a shocking win at Newcastle as well, didn't he? Do you remember that 2-0 at Newcastle?
Yeah. So
no one was expecting that.
No, it's not cut and dried how everyone thinks it is. But at the same point, I'm confident in my lads and my squad, what we can do. And it should be just about us and not about them.
So unless there's like a plague of locusts, a 100-mile-an-hour wind, torrential rain, snow, ice, what else? As long as everything's perfect, we can play on a nice pitch and the weather's fine. And
the last couple of games we've played haven't been perfect, have the conditions. No. So I'd like a nice sunny day.
Yeah.
Well, no wind. I don't mind it having a rain, do you know what I mean? We don't mind that, just play. Let's see how it goes. You know what I mean? Because on them type of conditions, they're perfect football conditions, aren't they?
Yeah. Now, the interesting thing, Paul, is before your reign, we played them in the FA Cup. We drew 0-0 at their ground and we got them back to our ground. And I think we were 2-0 up. They went down to 10 men. Max scored with a great free kick for 2-0, but pulled his groin doing it. He came off. They got it back with 10 men to 2-2. We then went 3-2 ahead. Excuse me, I'll just get my lights back, turn my engine on. We then went back ahead 3-2. They then got it back to 3-3 with what looked like the last kick of the game. And then we went on and got a fourth to win 4-3. And that's very reminiscent of the last game we played under you, and it was away at Ramsbottom where, it went to the death. The last kick of the game, we beat them 4-3 at our place. We beat them 2-1 at our place in the last kick of the game. So it could be another.
I'll just settle for a win in normal time. Not going to the death. I'll settle for anything, you know what I mean? But
yeah. No, I wasn't asking for drama. I'm just saying maybe that's what's in the drama. Yeah.
No, that 4-3 game you've just mentioned, I was at that game. I couldn't watch. That was just a bit of scouting anyway, because we were due to play City Liverpool at that time, and we were due to play Ramsbottom at some time, so I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. And yeah, it was never 3 or 4-0 in the first half. I'll never know. But credit to Ramsbottom, they hung in, and they hung in, and they hung in, and they nearly snatched something, didn't they? Steely got a hat-trick. And he scored a header to win it, which you seen, great cross by Jack Walls, and then Steely put it in. So so look, I'll take similar circumstances if it means you win, but it won't be good for the heart, and sure it'll probably be good for the supporters to watch an enthralling game. But I just want to have a comfortable win,
I'm not so sure it's good for supporters. Not so sure it's good for supporters either. We'll just have a nice 1-0 or 2-0 win. That'd be lovely. Thank you.
We don't do them games, do we?
No, not really. What has their squad or effective team changed much since we played them last? Have they had comings and goings?
They've got a couple of lads in since then. They've got Tom Croon's still there since the last time we played him. He's next player of mine. Jordan Southwaite's now transferred there from Skem to there. He's one of my players. One of my ex-players, sorry. And he'd be a good player. He's a really good player. He's a wide player. He can play as a 9, he can play as a 7, he can play as 11, and even as a 10. So he's a danger. He's a threat. He's quite quick on the wing. And look, he's not the only man. They've got Tony Donaldson as well. They've got a threat. The players they've got are fairly capable of beating anyone. And when you look at the squad and the team they've got, should they be down there? Possibly not, but people say that about us, do you know what I mean? And you can only beat or play what's in front of you, can't you? And I don't care who we play tomorrow, do you know what I mean? We could be playing Liverpool or Macclesfield, I don't care. We'll still try and put the same levels of performance.
We've got a next player there coming back in Danny McKenna, also the manager. In fact, 2 ex-players. We've also got John Murphy coming back as well, Spud, who played for us. I've mentioned to you before about the curse of the striker. We signed Spud when he was Ramsbottom's top scorer. He came to us, he scored 1. What a bit of an off-the-field incident. He never really come back to us after that. And now he's back scoring goals for Ramsbottom.
And scored against us the last game.
Did he get the goal?
He scored the goal, yeah. He scored the goal and on the counter-attack.
Oh, yes. Yes, you're right. Yeah. And the manager is also scout. The called Diego Donofrio. Lee Donofrio, yeah. Like Diego, do you? I mean the name. No,
Diego, he loves that because Maradona, do you know what I mean? Lee's worked with me before at Skem. He was my assistant at Skem. We get on, but obviously we're rivals on the day, do you know what I mean? It's like everywhere, do you know what I mean? So we just get on with it, and look, he's a local lad, but I'll be hoping that we win tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we'll have a drink afterwards.
Yeah. He's a hell of a nice lad, Lee. And we also like Ramsbottom as a club. Apart from that generator at the ground, which gives me a headache, they're actually sound people. They've always been nice with us.
They're a good club. They're a big club, a huge club, to be fair, for this level.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll see tomorrow, obviously, pay everyone the appropriate respect, and then we'll go on and try and win.
Yeah.
So I'm off to my holidays, so I'll get this uploaded, Paul. We'll be going out tonight, so good luck tomorrow. I'll be in touch, and good night, and God bless.
Have a nice holiday, and a happy anniversary to you, Mr. Chairman and Mrs. Chairman.
Well, and it was your anniversary last week. Tell us where you ended up and how.
Well, it wasn't my anniversary. I was just doing the duties, do you know what I mean? We were Titanic Hotel, we went.
So it was Vicky's anniversary, but not with you?
No, not with me, no. No, it wasn't. It was no anniversary. It was more of a
little break.
Yeah, a little break present. So we both went there, upgraded.
Very nice.
Yeah, but
Just
no, have a nice break and that, and hopefully you'll be
a
celebrating points.
A win will do it. A win will make it a nice break. So, everyone, for the match tomorrow, let's get along and support the Perps. And then next Saturday, we haven't got a game, Paul, just in case you hadn't noticed. But we have got the race night going on in the Purple Hub, and hopefully yourself, some of the players will come along to that and have a good night with us there. Tickets are available on the ticket link. If anyone hasn't seen it, you'll see it over the course of the week. I know people don't like buying tickets in advance, but we need to know about food and we need to know about drink. So if you're planning on coming, please get your tickets and let's get on with it. Other than that, good night, Paul. God bless.
Good night. Same to you. Ta, Paul.
Yeah,
Ta.
ta-ra.
Ta.